Benda tak payah gosok, buat apa nak gosok. Baju kurung baru sabela. Kalau belum ada belum dapat rugilah. Benda tak payah gosok, buat apa nak gosok. Adik, kakak, confirm lawa pakai baju kurung sabela.
Jangan menterkedarah sangat ya. Mohd kita dengar lagu daripada Mr. Oh ni. Perak FM.
Agama doyan dah berbunga. Emoh kita minang anak dara. Anak dara botol. Teman jumpa di padang Tenggala.
Hi guys, today we will talk about staff and personal development. So everything you need to know is staff and personal development are action plan, the work document used actively by both staff and line management. They ensure the staff growing personally and developing their ability to achieve more in the workplace and meet the organization goal. Why we create staff and personal development plan? This is because people are generally motivated by self-development. If the self-development is aligned with organizational goal and future needs, you will have the principal agent problem and build employee motivation. So, staff and personal development plan help address the future needs and succession planning. This will reduce cost of recruiting, onboarding, and training external candidates. So, today we will explain everything you need to know. There are 5 steps can generate a good staff and personal development. First, establish personal and career development goal. This step is important because it encourages the employee to think holistically and tie in several domains in the development. It's more likely they will buy into the staff and personal development. Second, establish the work development needed. They involve an objective that look at the demand of the role initially to ensure the development plan is aligned with organizational goal and also the future demand of the role and future position available in the organization. Number 3. Deliver an action plan. Once the alignment have been established and the area of development have been identified, the path to this development need to map out. The 70% of learning come from on-the-job experience. The 20% come from other people. The 10% come from coursework and training. Number 4. Make the changes on the path to development. Once an action plan has been created, the staff need to implement the changes with the support from the manager or principal in the school. The principal job is to clear the obstacle that will faced by the staff. Number 5. Reflect on efficiency and update the plan as required. The changes of the staff make must not simply be left to exist in a vacuum. The path to the development is often murky and filled with suboptimal decisions. Self-adjustment and reflection should be built into the final stage of staff and personal development plan. Okay, that's all from me. We will proceed to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okey, itu dia tadi lagu daripada orang Melaka. Okey, hari ni kita dengar lagu Terengganu pula, The Keyword Attack. Dengarkan daripada Terengganu FM.
The keyword attack, kalau the keyword attack, apa the keyword attack, jangan the keyword attack.
Thank you, Teacher Danny. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul binti Pikri, and I will proceed to the subtopic of licensing and teacher education. Licensing. What is licensing? According to 4th edition of Kamus Dewan, licensing means the issuance of certificates to a person or party because it has achieved the standard and condition set to prove that the goods produced are a good quality. Teacher certification is awarding of a certificate to a teacher who has met the requirements set by the government and as a quality teacher. Criteria for teacher certification. Teacher training aims to enable trainee teacher to adapt to the school environment, gain experience, and find appropriate teaching methods. A teacher not only teach the subject taught and has knowledge of the option taught only, but also need to know the teaching and learning theory and the correct teaching techniques. The criteria for obtaining teacher certification are the needs for the higher education and special training, recognized skills, passing professional examination, prioritizing and taking responsibility for the customer or students, complying with the code of ethics, and having an independent body that control quality. Alright, now we go to issue in teacher licensing. Today, these issues remains unresolved and has become an increasingly contagious problem in every school across the country. These teachers are required to teach non-field subject or option after getting posting or the placement. Their placement according to the vacancy of the subject teacher involved. There are also problems plaguing any school in one district where there are some schools still experiencing the shortage of teachers in certain subjects, resulting in non-option teachers being asked to take responsibility for teaching subjects that are not their experts. These teachers have to comply with the instruction and orders of the school and the administrator to replace the vacant teacher without thinking about the consequences in the future. Next, the lack of knowledge of the subject and educator needs to have in-depth knowledge, especially for the subject taught. But they not only need to know the lesson that have been written in the book, but they also need to have other side knowledge such as psychology, sociology, and other areas of behavior. And last but not least, not all universities graduates who do not have qualification in education can teach at the tuition center as well. They are sometimes not school teachers, but are taken to teach at tuition center and do not understand and know the content of the syllabus and examination format, UPSR, SPM, PMR, or STPM. It is the best if a school teacher that more experienced and understand the teaching syllabus to teach at tuition center to be more effective and efficient to the student. Okay, next we move to teacher education. A teacher education is based on the view that the teaching techniques that require specialist skills, knowledge, and the abilities that need to be recognized, developed, and refined by teacher educators as they become more expert in teaching and learning. In the other words, teacher education is a teaching pedagogy of the teacher.
Pedagogy? What is pedagogy? Okay, pedagogy is the study of teaching methods and principles. Pedagogical skills are one of the assets that must be mastered by educators with the title of the teacher. This is because mastering in pedagogical skills can help make the teaching and learning process take place in planned and orderly manner. We, as an educator, why the pedagogy is important to us? Okay, now I will explain the several of importance of the pedagogy in teacher education. Okay, first, pedagogy as a link between the teachers that want their students to learn and actual learning that their student will acquire. Second, it as a continuous effort towards developing the potential of the individual as a whole and integrated. Next, pedagogical is important to assist teacher in the success of the planned teaching and learning process and then be able to achieve the teaching objective. Okay, last but not least, the teaching and learning process is influenced by several variables, and a successful teaching and learning practice in one classroom with another classroom is different.
Basic of educator knowledge. This is where the educator needs to have the basic knowledge to their teaching and learning in the school. This knowledge distinguishes a teacher from a field expert. Firstly, content knowledge of the subject, general pedagogical knowledge, curriculum knowledge, content pedagogical knowledge, knowledge of students and their characteristics, knowledge of the educational context, and lastly, knowledge of educational goals.
In short, teacher license is a relevant method and can maintain the integrity of the teacher from the beginning it is recognized as a teacher until the end of their life. So, indirectly, the authorities are more comfortable to control the quality, standard of teacher productivity at all levels of education, whether in preschool, primary school, secondary school, and public or private higher education. Okay, before I pass the presentation to teacher Aizat, I would like to show you the video of Education Act 1996. I hope you can gain a knowledge from the video. Okay, thank you. Enjoy.
Created using Powtoon.
Orang Kuantan, orang Pekan, orang Temeloh Raja Rantek, orang, mari kita dengarkan lagu rakyat kita. Okey, teruskan mendengar. Faham?
Ngapa biar semua? Ngapa biar semua? Tanah sekarang kering. Ngapa biar semua? Tanah sekarang kering. Ngapa biar semua?
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Nama kawan Wan Muhammad Aizat bin Rozali. Kawan bukan, or in English, my name is Wan Muhammad Aizat bin Rozali. I'm from Pekan. Okay, back to our topic. I will talk about the teacher appraisal. Okay, next. Okay, appraisal. Appraisal is a judgment of the value, performance, or nature of somebody or something. The explanation appraisal is start with the synonym first, okay, which is evaluation. There's an evaluation that being held for the teacher and other education officer, especially for their job description and meet the organizational goal for the entire year. This is mean by a teacher will be evaluated from their administration or the higher status of education officer. Okay, next. Alright, goals. We have goals in teacher appraisal, but I state 3 goals, which is increase efficiency and commitment to produce high-performing education. Okay, as we know, almost all of the teachers in the world will get evaluated from their administration or school administration or their minister of education. Thus, their goals are to make the teacher get their high performance in teaching and working. For example, Malaysia, headmaster or the assistant will evaluate the teachers according to their grade and their subject. Thus, with that, they can know how well they've been doing in their work. Second, comprehensive assessment that combines the competency and potential as well as the success of education service officer. Alright, this the point of number 2 is to know that all of the education service officer are competent towards nowadays learning education when with a full potential. Okay. Third, to support the aspiration towards high quality education. Alright. In Malaysia, we have an aspiration in learning. Alright. We want to make the education are high quality. Thus, to make sure the education is high quality, they need a high performing teacher in teaching. Alright, these are for the goals. Objective. We have 4 objectives, which is assess the competence and potential of education service officer individually. From this assessment, the performance of the potential education service officer can be assessed more accurately and professionally. Second, assessing the success in terms of aspect of improvement and achievement, which is the result of education service office work. That is the result is the outcome of the work. Third, identify the competency and potential of education service officer is to enable the continuing professionalism development program to be implemented. The costs are given to the education service officer according to their level of performance. Fourth, identify training needs for education service officer career path development. Training is given to them based on the aspect assessed. For example, if the education service officer is weak in terms of assessment, then the assessment-based training will be given to them for the purpose of self-improvement. We have 4 group category for teacher appraisal. First is from PDP or pengajaran dan pembelajaran, is teacher and lecturer. Admin A, which is from the school or school management. Admin B is from the organization in the PPD or JPN. Okay, for the facilitator, which is from counseling in JPN, PPD or RPG, or education service center officer, and coach, sport coach, and art coach. Okay, this category, all of these category are required to have an evaluation to ensure their competency in teaching or in their service. Okay, we have component of instrument. We have 3 components, which is generic. All education service officers are assessed based on the same dimensional element and aspect, which is from the professionalism and involvement. For functional, it assessed based on knowledge and skill in based on their work area. For functional, we know that the office education the education service officer must have knowledge and skills to have a high performance. And then for the keberhasilan, we assess based on their achievement and their outcome of their works. This teacher appraisal also have conceptual framework, which is instrument 1, generic and functional, instrument 2 plus keberhasilan. When we add on these 3 elements, we can get the result, which is from the low achievement to the excellent achievement. Probation of appraisal or evaluation. First, it implements continually over a period of 1 year in the career, and then the evaluation occur at least 2 times a year or twice a year. Alright, after they be assessed, the assessing officer must complete the assessment and submit the final evaluation form, and then the teacher who get evaluate will get the marks. Alright, we have online assessment is from module A prestasi. You can check online. Okay. Background, unified evaluation for education service officer. Okay, in the next video, I will explain about in Malaysia context. Alright, you can watch it after this. Alright. Hello and good day. This tutorial video was made to explain the background of the Unified Evaluation for Education Service Officer or PBPPP. At the end of this video, you will be able to understand introduction, expression, goals, objective, framework, evaluation process, and result reward supports for PBPPP. PBPPP is a new evaluation tools focused on developing competency and potential as well as overall achievement. taking into account the diversity of the job description of the education service officer and their grades and post. The concept of job based on workplace means that the evaluation is based on job description and the location of the workplace. The development of the instrument is based on the performance standard in line with the Government Transformation Program 2.0. In line with the government desire to transform education, PBPPP meets the aspiration of PPPM 2013 to 2025, which include Shift 4, which is the transforming of teaching as a profession of choice and to implement a career path based on competency beginning 2016. C5, which is to ensure a high performance leadership in every school and to strengthen the selection criteria and succession planning process for principal or headmaster from 2013. PBPPP was developed in order to replace several existing evaluation tools in MOE as a unified evaluation instrument with a variety of uses. The PBPPP instrument was developed based on 5 main evaluation tools in MOE report, which is for annual appraisal, criteria for excellence, standard for quality education in Malaysia school, SQEM standard form. The integrated potential of competency program prospect, which should place PTK, has been postponed. The evaluation of excellence teacher. There are also other references consisting of instrument standards and previous study that have been adapted and modified according to performance standards, which includes the Malaysian teaching standard in Malaysian school principalship. Competency standard, the instrument school leader competency instructional leadership evaluation instrument, profile and competency standards. These instruments we developed through workshops, pilot studies, meetings, and benchmarking. The development and improvement of PBPPP were done through a collaborative, transparent, and open process with mutual agreement of all stakeholders as well as certified consultant. Goals of PBPPP: enhance the efficiency and commitment to produce high-performing education service officer, a comprehensive evaluation that combines competency and potential as well as the achievement of the education service officer. The objective of PBPPP: to evaluate the competency and potential of education service officer, to evaluate the achievement improvement aspect of the evaluated officer, to identify the competency and potential of the education service officer, to ensure the implementing of the continuous professional development program, to identify the requirement of the education service officer career path. The evaluation of PBPP will be done by 2 evaluators based on generic and functional instruments, as well as achievement. It is divided into 4 performance categories, which are excellent performance, high performance, average performance, and low performance. After the evaluation, the reward of support provided by the Ministry of Education (MOE) are as follow. Those who obtain excellent performance will undergo consolidation under the Continuous Professional Development Program. Those who obtain high and average performance will undergo improvement under the Continuous Professional Development Program. Those who obtain low performance will undergo strengthening of scale under the Continuous Professional Development Program. Each achievement will have its own career path. The PBPPP implementation project should be conducted on a via e-prestasi module for Sistem Maklumat Guru SMG. Okay, we've come to the end of the video about the background of the Unified Evaluation of Education Service Officer or PBPPP. For further detail, you may refer to the manual which can be downloaded from the e-prestasi module in Sistem Maklumat Guru SMG. We hope the information in this video will be helpful to you. And thank you and have a good day. Melaka FM.
Ahaha, wow, lahabau, ketawalah lagi.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Haiqal bin Rosli. So today I'm going to talk on promotion and career advancement opportunities. Okay, let's go. Okay, what is promotion? Promotion is the ascension of an employee to higher rank. It involves an increase in salary, rank, responsibility, status, and benefits. Okay, this aspect of the job is what drive employees for the most. The ultimate reward for dedication and loyalty towards the organization. Okay, so career advancement. Okay, career advancement is referred to the upward progression of one's career. An individual can advance by moving from an entry-level job to a management position within the same field, for instance, or from one occupation to another. Okay, to be clear about promotion and advancement, advancement is a career move within or outside the same organization based on proficiency, work experience, or training, while promotion is almost always occur within the same organization and they signify more formal step or progression for employees. Promotion opportunities in teaching career. A job promotion is when an employer move an employee up in the hierarchical level within an organization. A promotion typically allows an employee to progress to a higher position, a high level of responsibility, and a higher level of authority within the organization. For example, JPK, JPK-Co, and Principal. Advancement opportunities in teaching career. Career advancement options for teachers can be numerous. Which option work best, and it depends on goal and interest. Also can take steps on their own to open door to advancement in their careers, knowing the possibilities that helps to get ahead, which often give them greater professional satisfaction, such as education administration, guidance counseling, and library science are some of the most likely transition. Okay. Education administration. Entering the field of educational administration is a logical next step for advancing this career. Being an education administrator requires to set an example for teachers and students. Some job duties as educational administration are creating school policy, devising school procedure, setting and meeting educational goals, handling public relations, performing administrative duties like record keeping, and budgeting. Guidance counselor. Some teachers make the shift from teaching to counseling. It is recommended that individuals making this transition focus on counseling at the same grade level that they taught. As a guidance counselor, teachers may respond to students' behavioral, personal, educational, and social needs. Teachers act as an advisor to talk to the student in order to help them understand and cope better. Okay, to be a guidance counselor, teacher must need a counselor license. Librarian. Becoming a librarian could be a good career for you. In this career, you'll help others find information by keeping tracks of the book, computers, and others informational resources that make a school's library. How to get a promotion in education? First, keep educating yourself. Should be passionate about learning more and growing on vocation. Paying close attention to continued personal development skill. Give extra skill as a teacher. Second, take on extra responsibility. Volunteer to sponsor extracurricular activities, lead committees, work with the Parent-Teacher Association, and take on other roles within the school. Third, demonstrate leadership skill. Take on additional responsibility. Use those opportunities to practice and demonstrate leadership skill. Showing how to organize and influence a group in a visible way will show a principle that have leadership potential. How to advance career in education? First, further education. Find out what additional training and certification that can help you advance in your career, and then pursue them if possible. Second, take a standard role. Ask your boss for more challenging project. Doing this will let you demonstrate your willingness to take on more responsibility and give you a chance to prove your ability to handle it. Third, maintain your professional relationship. Maintain positive professional relationship with your colleague, no matter which work environment you teach in. You will have to communicate and collaborate with others as a team. And lastly is become a department head. This doesn't happen overnight. Be sure to express interest early and lay down the groundwork to show worthiness of becoming a department head. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, you pagi pernah mengatakan pergi kedai naik sikar, balik rumah letih-letih. Tak apalah, you. Kita dengar lagu lah dulu. Daripada OST, Main Toteng, daripada Kelantan FM.
Menyo dia, oh gadis Kelantan, aku tergoda, tak puas ku pandai. Jaga kau janda, bermain di Pikri, hajak nak tanda, nak buat gewe.
Thank you, Haiqal, for the fantastic job in presenting your part just now. Hello guys, I am Asmiera binti Fauzi, and today I will cover on staff welfare and benefits. First of all, before starting my presentation, I would like to express my gratitude to Sir Azmi because he gave all of us some space and opportunity to present about our important topic. I know all of you may be familiar with the staff welfare and benefits, but have you ever wondered what this word really means? How to really understand the concept of welfare and benefit itself? Well, if you ponder to know that, stay with me until the end of my presentation because I will talk in details about it. Imagine, after all of us being celebrated on our graduation day, we will enter a new world called adulthood. This world will give a lot of tense, a lot of trouble as well as stress for us before achieving something that being called balance. If we are lucky enough, we will get our dream job. If not, we will still in the battle of working in another field. Let's say that we get lucky and having our dream job, which is a teacher. When we become an employee, starting salary is about 2,188 ringgit, excluding allowances for DG41 degree holder. And this is the thing that you need to do as a teacher. You will become a teacher that teach your students. You will become a clerk that will finish all the student documentation, preparing homework, tests, final exam, doing some photocopy job as additional material for your students' mastery in your subject. You also will become a driver that will bring your student to the events, to the program, to the hospitals, to the eating place. In addition, also become a cleaner that will doing gotoroyong job with your students. Next, become a counselor, place that your student will story about their problem. At the same time, you also have a lot of problem as well. Then become a program organizer in your school to handle event like Restu Ilmu, Pelajar Cemerlang, and many more. I don't want to discuss more about this kind of thing or teacher workload because the next presenter will give you a lot of information about it after this. But this is the reality, guys. Being a teacher is not easy, my friend. It's not what you think. You think when being a teacher, you can go back home early, have a lot of free time, easy to apply loan, and many more. But in fact, the right teacher will need to put a lot of passion, put a lot of soul, a heart, as well as need to have strong physically and mentally to handle this job. That is why our government take a lot of care and giving a lot of benefit to government staff who work for them. Not to be missed, either that private sector also will pay higher salary for the excellent teacher. It also contributes the reason why a lot of us fighting to get a good position in government sector compared to the private sector. Now, let's take a look at welfare and benefit when we become an employee. What is welfare and what is benefits about? It is have difference between welfare and benefit, and why is it important to all employee? Well, let's understand it first. Welfare is a comprehensive term including various services, facilities, and amenities provided to employees for their betterment. Meanwhile, benefit is anything that provides to an individual with what he or she may need to give them comfort in certain situations. So, all in all, when it comes to socio-economic, you can say that benefits are provided through welfare, and that the two terms go in hand. Thus, we cannot separate welfare and benefit because it is parallel and relevant for each employee to acquire their rights. According to Barry Cashway, 1994, he said that benefit is given in the form of non-cash, and this is in addition to the basic salary. Staff and employee can be benefit through a lot of things like hospital allowance, critical illness, accident, marriage, retirement, umrah and hajj, and many more. According to Poon 1994, employee benefits are an important part of an employee compensation package. There are a lot of purpose of welfare and benefits that being given by employer to their employee. It has huge benefit for both employer and employee. The main reason that employer establish welfare and benefits is to provide a better life for their employee. Employer also want to comfort their employee to stay and work for them in a long term. Next purpose is help employer in keeping the motivation of their employee. Through the good welfare and benefit, employee will feel affection and continue working to get the benefit as well as make them happy and satisfied to work there. In addition, improve the loyalty of the employees. For example, we as employees, when we feel a company or organization promises many benefits, we will not think to quit the job. It encourages us to stay on the work and do our best. Last but not least, help to improve employee productivity. Under the principle of employee welfare and benefits, if an employee feels that the management is concerned and care for him or her as a person and not just another employee, he or she will be more committed to his or her work. An employee who feels appreciated will be more fulfilled, satisfied, and more productive. This will not only lead to the higher productivity, but also satisfied customer and hence profitability for the company or organization. The importance of this welfare and benefits is undeniable. If the employees are not satisfied with the welfare and benefits provided, then this will lead to the problems such as absenteeism, high employee turnover rate, decreased productivity, and lack of hard work. Welfare and benefit for teachers may be different among private schools because it is the board of director of each individual school which set its own welfare and benefit system. For public school, welfare benefits are basically identical. Let's move to the type of welfare and benefits. There are two types of welfare and benefit which are intramural and extramural. Let's take a look one by one. Intramural means the welfare and benefits provided within the organization. In the school setting, a lot of benefit that staff and employees can gain from the organization. For example, like meeting. When meeting being handled, teachers, staff and others will get free food and drink, free to deliver their talk, and a lot more. It is to make sure that they have enough energy to stay put and focus on the meeting. Then, when an event being handled like Teachers' Day or Sport Day, teachers will get a rest from teaching, free food again, a lot of present, and many more. Next, within the organization also have provided a restroom for the staff and employees who want to take a break and release their stress or wanted to pray. This place is being provided to make sure staff happy and comfortable while coming to work. Thus, cafeteria or canteen also being provided to make sure the staff easy to find food and rest to restore their energy before continuing their work. What is extramural? It's the welfare and benefits that being provided outside from the organization. For example, like penal clinic or hospital. Staff who go there need to show the employee card and the company will pay for the treatment that being carried out. Next is loan. Loan which involve large sum of money requiring a person to work permanently in the government and private sector. What differentiates between employees from getting loan or not is the total of salary for the private sector. Meanwhile, employee who in the government sector is easy to get a loan due to the government guarantees. Housing also being provided as you become a staff or of organization or company. In addition, if you want to further your study by taking master or PhD, the company usually will provide a fund and it will be benefited to you. Some of company or organization cut off their employee salary, but some of them encourage you by giving scholarship. To increase their staff productivity, some of employer will send their staff to training center or manage some program. It also one of the benefits that you can get to be more hardworking and motivated to help the company or organization grow big and achieving a success in future. In this slide, we will see the example of welfare and benefit that you will get once you become an employee or staff of an organization or company. I know all of you being aware of what welfare and benefits that public sector and private sector can give to you. For me, not all private sectors are not good. There are also a good one. There is also a private sector that provide welfare and benefit that are similar to the public sector, but the power of choice is in your hands, so choose wisely. Let's learn one by one. An organization or company will take care of their employees in terms of many factors, and one of it is from healthcare factor. The employee will get access to the penal clinic, hospital and get the treatment without paying using their money. The HR of the company itself will handle it, but for some companies, they place a limit for it. For example, employee can use only 250 ringgit per year for hospitality bills and only can use penal clinic for treatment matter. As for government sector, they need to go to the government hospital and pay nothing. Next, for some cases, employees need to further their study to be promoted and get higher salary. To do so, employees need approval from the employer whether the company bears the study or you need to pay it by yourself. Some company will greatly welcome you to do so, but some not. You need to think wisely. For a public sector, this thing being welcomely because if you are lucky, you will get full sponsorship from the government. Welfare and benefits that employees get including comfortable working environment. The company will provide everything to the staff to increase their working performance. Then in working, the most valuable thing for the employee is retirement plan. EPF, SOCSO and pension is the most crucial thing for them. It is to make sure that when they are retiring, they have enough money for them to stay at home and do something that they like. Next, bonus is payment given to employees as a reward to increase motivation and productivity. Some of the employees often like a yearly salary bonus, which is usually given in the middle of the year by the employer. By that, employer hope that employees will work hard and effectively through the reward. As for holiday or leave, it being divided into two categories, which are paid and unpaid leave. For paid leave, example training, maternity leave, MC, public holiday, and so on. Meanwhile, for unpaid leave is married, death leave, emergency leave, and many more. The next welfare and benefit that being provided to employee is sponsorship. The companies have rule and regulation that everyone who join the company will get full benefit, and this benefit covers employee family member as well. For example, you work with company A, and company A will fully support your children study and give fully company sponsorship to your child. Thus, when you get permanent job and become an employee, of course you need to make a loan to buy house or car. There is no issue about it in government sector, but in private sector there are a lot. Lastly, insurance also benefited for employee. Most employers with 50 or more employees are required to offer a healthcare plan, and individuals are required to have coverage by company. Example of insurance are health insurance, medical card, dental care treatment, workplace accident, and many more. This welfare and benefit is very important to make sure that workers' rights are guaranteed. There are so many advantages and benefits to work with the public sector, and I believe because of these advantages, so many people apply for it. Let's take a look what benefit that you will get when you being a teacher. First thing first, being a government sector is not strange anymore, that you will get a guarantee of a job. Once you're being entitled as a teacher, you will secure your job for a lifetime. With unstable economic condition right now, a career in the private sector can be risky when companies face financial problems. In public sector, it is rare for workers to be laid off even when the company is failing. In fact, the government provides more career opportunity and help the job seekers out there. Secondly, regional allowance. If you are from the Peninsula and are located in Sabah and Sarawak, you will get this allowance with count of 70.5% of your gross salary. Next, being a teacher also have benefit from housing allowance. You will get a monthly housing allowance. Don't worry about paying your rent house monthly because this allowance will definitely help you. You will get paid at 250 a month. If you live in Sabah and Sarawak, the payment received is higher at 600 to 900. Or if you are lucky enough, you will get to stay at school hostel or teacher quarters. In addition, if you are being placed in a rural area, you will get an allowance of 500 until 1,500 ringgit per month. As a teacher, you will enjoy a lot of holiday with payment. Thus, if you become a teacher, you don't need to worry about your salary because your salary will increase every year. Approximately 200 till 300 will be yours per year. The longer you work, the higher the salary you earn. Of course, you will enjoy this increment nowhere else other than in the public sector. You also will get imbuhan tetap khidmat awan or ITKA if you work as a civil servant with management and professional status. You are eligible to get 300 and it will direct into your bank. It is a normal scenario for employees to receive reward and benefit in exchange for the energy they spend, and it is beneficial to both of the employer and employee. Last word from me, in earning a decent salary with a high welfare and benefits, let's not forget that our task is big and the trust we hold is not small. In educating, educate properly, and in teaching, teach correctly. It is to make sure that we will produce a good students with a high competency in all things. That's all from me. Next, I will pass this presentation to Guat and she will continue with her important point in teacher's workload. Bye!
Alright, orang Kuala Penyu, kita dengarkan dahulu dari lagu Sumandak daripada Masya dan Violet dah. Kita dengarkan dahulu ya.
Mendak siapa mana kau mau cari, semua lawa-lawa pandai masak nasi, muka cantik memang tidak lari, pandai lagi dari kau lelaki.
Hi, my name is Guat. You all can call me Rin. Now we will talk about teachers' workload.
What is teachers' workload? According to National Education Union, teacher workload happens when teachers spend many hours planning lessons, marking work, assessing pupils, inputting data, organizing and running extracurricular activities, and taking on wider school roles and responsibilities. Can you imagine it? All of these tasks done by a teachers. But then there are still dissenting voice saying that the teacher's job is easy. Duduk goyang kaki, duit masuk bulan-bulan. Have you ever heard that verse? On November 2017, former Deputy Education Minister P. Kamalanathan told the Dewan Rakyat that 3,591 teachers had opted for early retirement in 2016, compared to 2,777 in 2015. And here are the causes. Other than teaching, teachers also carry out clerical tasks such as processing student and school information, making student managed report, managing Baitumal and scholarship, making teacher reports on duty, and more. Next is administrative work, such as being a borough officer for admin purpose at the State Education Department and District Education Office, class teachers, fee collection, and so on. The third is curriculum. Teacher also must be active in various types of examination conducted in school throughout Malaysia, involved in school programs, State Education Department and the Ministry of Education, make action research papers, become committee teachers and subject teachers. Next is co-curriculum, which teachers need to aware about the safety and protection aspect of other teachers and students. Last one is student affair. Teachers have to deal with the behavior of various students and parents, student discipline problems, managing and caring for the welfare of students in dormitories, and more. This workload causing teachers to experience high level of stress. High level of stress among teachers can cause frustration, aggressiveness, worry, and reduced job performance. Uncontrolled tension can lead to health problems. According to a senior lecturer in the Department of Psychology and Counseling, Faculty of Education and Human Development, Sultan Idris University, Abdul Aziz Muhammad Yatim said, stress on the commitment of tasks that need to be performed according to certain standards allow teachers to act outside the boundaries. According to him, teachers who are no longer willing to accept pressure can act out of control, including venting anger on students without realizing it, resulting in other problems. Berdasarkan intervensi Kementerian Pendidikan pada tahun 2012, telah melaporkan bahawa seramai 530 orang guru atau mewakili 0.218% daripada jumlah guru seluruh negara telah menghadapi masalah gangguan mental. Pada Ogos 2018, Kementerian melaporkan sebanyak 4.4% atau 2,123 daripada 48,258 guru dikenal pasti mengalami stres tahap sederhana tinggi tahun lalu. To reduce the burden borne by teachers in Malaysia, the Ministry of Education Malaysia had made an intervention through two phases. The first phase was introduced in January 2019 and the second phase introduced in May 2019. In the first phase intervention, there are 5 initiatives implemented by the Ministry of Education Malaysia. The main purpose of this intervention is to ensure that all teachers return to teaching happily and earnestly and return to the essential task of educating and teaching. Among the things that in this intervention are, the first one is facilitate file management and documentation. Next is online data and system management. It is to facilitate the collection and acquisition of data of school, teachers, and students. The third one is evaluation of Level 1 examination and self-establishment of implementation of literacy and numeracy intervention based on school needs. The school should identify students who have not yet mastered 3M skills and provide appropriate intervention in schools. Next is standardization of forms and monitoring process. The last one is coordination of the establishment of school-level committees and the abolition of committees not related to educational duties. To understand more about this intervention, let's watch the video.
Baiklah, sebanyak 5 inisiatif merangkumi 9 intervensi diperkenalkan Kementerian Pendidikan bagi meringankan bebanan tugas seorang guru. Baiklah, pertama, memudahkan pengurusan fail dan juga dokumentasi. Menerusi inisiatif pertama ini juga 3 intervensi dilaksanakan. Antaranya memudahkan pengurusan skim pinjaman buku teks SPBT. Dan kedua, pengurusan data dan sistem online. 2 intervensi akan dilaksanakan iaitu segala pengumpulan data diambil dari sumber data di dalam sistem KPM. Sistem kehadiran murid dalam talian juga akan digunakan sepenuhnya. Dan yang ketiga, sesuai dengan pemansuhan pemeriksaan tahap 1, sekolah boleh merangka sendiri pelaksanaan literasi dan numerasi bersesuaian dengan keperluan murid itu sendiri. Dan keempat, penyeragaman borang dan proses pemantauan. 2 intervensi akan dilaksanakan untuk memastikan guru tidak lagi terbeban untuk mengisi borang kebersihan, keselamatan dan juga penarafan kantin. Dan akhir sekali, penyelarasan penubuhan jawatankuasa di peringkat sekolah. Intervensi yang akan dilaksanakan akan memastikan pelbagai jawatankuasa yang tidak berkaitan dengan tugas mendidik juga akan dimansuhkan.
Andai kau tahu mimborosoku dusun karati koponangku onuti borosonku no kuro tukong ihis kau dono korongong dusun mantat keningau.
Now, let's look at the second phase of intervention by the Ministry of Education. The first one is reduction of SKPMG2 implementation load. To reduce the issue of teacher workload related to the implementation of SKPMG2, where teachers need to periodically review their duty and provide documents or evidence related to those duty, the Education Officer or NAZI has introduced several actions to address this issue. The first one is the implementation of SKPMG2 audit by the Education Officer has been discontinued and school only need to conduct a self-audit to identify their strength and weakness. The second one is the review and self-assessment phase in open twice a year in January to March for phase 1 and August to November phase 2 compared to 3 times previously. Online system is always open for updating and monitoring by PGB. Next is supervision of SPM examination in 2 phases. For the issue of examination supervision during school holidays, starting in 2019, SPM examination supervision is implemented in 2 phases, namely in October and November during school hours. The third one is the preparation of public examination analysis is generated automatically. For public examination analysis, the examination board has also taken the initiative by providing automated public examination analysis to facilitate school to obtain information on the performance of subjects and schools. Number 4 is ERKM, which is Record Kesehatan Murid. To overcome the issue of workload related to teachers filling various student health information for eye, weight and height of students, the Delhi School Management Division has built an online student health record system. In this system, teachers no longer fill in the profile data of students and beneficiaries because the data can be obtained from the student database application system. Number 5 is evaluation of the implementation Year 3 aptitude test through KPM release letter number 14 of 2018. For the issue of difficulty in implementing Year 3 aptitude tests in school that do not have guidance and counseling teacher, the assessment has been abolished through KPM release letter number 14 of 2018. in line with the evaluation of Level 1 student assessment. Number 6 is provision of substitute teachers of Rm 35.2 million. To meet the needs of replacement teachers who are on leave, maternity leave and sick leave exceeding 28 days, a total of Rm 35.2 million allocation for substitute teachers has been channeled to all state education departments so that school can use the service of substitute teachers. From time to time, the ministry will continue to apply for sufficient allocation for that purpose. The last one is review and drafting of teacher safety SOP. As for the long-term initiative that will be implemented by the end of 2019, several initiatives have been designed, including overcome the problem of teachers having to go out due to several factors that make it difficult for them to concentrate in the classroom. Here, I provide some tips that can help teachers to reduce their workload. The first one is student-centered learning. The most important activity that occurs in the classroom is not teaching, but learning. Get students to design their own learning, inspire them with exciting and innovative cooperative learning strategies, self-directed learning, peer mentoring, open-ended tasks, and problem-based learning. Next is smart marking. Of course, as a teacher, we will give many assignments to students such as a quiz, homework, and so on. Instead of us to mark their assignment, why not ask them to mark their friends' assignment? It is like a discussion for each question, and friends will be a teacher at that time. The third one is share planning. Having a bulk of work done by sharing the planning with a buddy teacher will reduce your workload. Get together with other teachers who are teaching the same classes or topics and brainstorm ideas. You can reduce your workload if you divide and conquer. The last one is behavior management. Other teachers may be having the same issue with that student, which will make you feel better, or they may have some awesome strategy that works with that student. You can also call on colleagues when you need backup or a break from a particular student. I hope all of these tips will help all teachers while at school. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening me.
Untuk terakhir, Eko dengarkanlah dulu lagu daripada kumpulan blues daripada Negeri Sembilan.
Paipakan naik basikal tengah hari tengah panen. Apa daya potong bosan, apa nak dikata? Kalau boleh nak jadi cikgu sekolah ke kola bilang.
Okay, hi and assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Shafiqah and I'll be the last presenter for our presentation. Are you guys ready for this last part of this presentation? Okay, let's go. Okay, as the conclusion, we can say that the teachers play the key role in the functioning of a school and its contribution is of great importance. High priority must be given to staff development generally, but especially in times when economic factors restrict any improvement in building and facilities. The more difficult the situation, the more vital is the need for teachers of high caliber working to high standards. Okay, let's move on. So, number 1, teacher education and licensing. The most common part for prospective teachers is to obtain the state mandate teaching license along with your bachelor or master's degree. Are you guys familiar with MEDSI, the Ujian Malaysian Educators Selection Inventory? We can say that this is one of our license too for all of us who want to become an educator. Please do it if you guys didn't yet. Okay, next, number 2. Okay, number 2. Teacher appraisal promotion and career advancement opportunity. What is teacher appraisal? Before that, appraisal is a formal opportunity to analyze your performance at work. So teacher appraisal, which is teachers need feedback on their performance to help them identify how to improve their teaching practice to be more better and better. Next, career advancement opportunities. Through advanced training, education or certification, high school teachers can advance in their career to an administrative role, such as a principal or an assistant principal. Some teachers also go on to become high school counselors or instructional coordinators. That's it for number 2. Okay, now number 3. Staff welfare and benefits. Welfare benefit for teacher may be different among private school and public school. Because of what? Because private school, because it is the board of directors of each individual school which set its own welfare benefit system. For public school, welfare benefits are basically identical. Some undertaken by separate organizations and some other handled by agency which concurrently take care of welfare benefits for other civil service employees. Okay, so every school have their own welfare benefits. Okay, like pay raise, achievement award, social security, health insurance, perks and bonus, employee allowance, and paid vacation. That is all about what is welfare and benefits. We move to the last one, which is teacher workloads. According to the media, teachers are facing an unmanageable volume of workload. Okay, for the most recent DFE teacher workload survey in 2019, corroborate this, indicating that teachers are working on average about 49.5 hours a week. That's a lot. And teachers spend many hours just planning lesson plan, marking work, assessing their students, inputting data, organizing and running extracurricular activities, and taking on wider school roles and responsibilities, or we can say that non-teaching tasks given by the school. We more likely, like every parent say that teachers are free after school, but truth to be told, we are not free. We have a lot of work to be done. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you everyone for listening to our presentation, and I would like to share this one African proverb that our class really loved it. Listen, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. African proverb. Remember this always. Goodbye. Thank you for now. Let's go. Moving forward. Thank you.